to transition a little bit, but I've been wondering about the freight tech scene. I know that you're developing some kind of app to streamline certain aspects. I wanted to see what your perspective is on the freight tech industry. What kind of changes maybe do you foresee in the industry within the next maybe 10 to 20 years? And do you think there are any big players right now in the freight tech scene that are going to change something and like make a drastic change in the industry?
There were a few tech players that came out a few years ago, and they were talking about how what they were doing was transformational, and so many other companies were doing that already. So getting a load out on a board and having a carrier accept it as quick as possible, that's not transformational. And I think the leaders in technology are going to be the ones who can get to the owner operator. So when you look at 96% of all truck companies have less than 10 power units or less, that's a stat that is very difficult. Our industry is not only fragmented across brokerage, across customers, but more so against the carrier side. And there's a rise and fall in the markets continuously, but there are three distinct types of brokerage that people don't really track. And what I mean by that is on every load, in my view, there's 37 touches on every load. Each touch costs $4. Every time you eliminate a touch, there's a net to the company. So companies have a decision, how are they going to get there? Are they going to get there from offshoring? Are they going to get there from RPA? But there are so many different moving parts. And again, when you look at the styles of brokerage, there's e-brokerage, which is the technical side where you're putting it up on a load and bots are going out accepting loads and all the things that we do. And then the second is the transactional side. And that's the real time when you're hustling on the phone, trying to cover stuff. And then the last is the lane brokerage. I think the people who are going to be most successful long-term are going to be the ones that master the lanes, so that you can have sustainable earnings for a carrier. You can approach customers and say, hey, my cost is my cost. The market goes up and down, and that's my variable cost. But what is it truly a transaction cost? And that's how we're attacking the business. So, again, we're looking at trying to get trailers. We're looking at offshore. Our technology is going to be incredibly strong. And a person who's driving our tech was with me at Calvary and did incredible things there. So it's not just the cost of the transaction, it's the speed. And so as we develop technology, one of the things that we're very focused on is role definition. So many people think that technology will guide the process. It doesn't work that way at all. You have to be a process junkie so you understand every one of those touches and how they impact the speed of your transaction. And as you do that, and as you build systems out, there are so many different things that are happening. The attention span of Gen Y is going down and down. And I'm not being negative. I'm saying what's published. And so when there's modifiers in someone's role, meaning if I have to go to a different website on DAT or some other truckstop.com or whatever it is, there's a good chance that person is going to be distracted, which is going to cause them an 8-minute delay. That's how long a typical distraction happens. So by understanding the process, putting someone in a role and driving them on that role, it creates incredible continuity in service. And that's where I think people are going to win. And that's where I'm spending most of my focus long-term.